online video service or OTT content by providing an international exchange platform. The event features a global OTT summit where experts from around the world will discuss OTT market trends, a showcase for investment attraction where media companies will engage in business consultations, and the 2024 Asia Content Awards and Global OTT Awards, an international awards ceremony. In international news, the death toll from Hurricane Helene has reached 200 as rescue teams persist in their efforts to find survivors after the storm ravaged the southeastern U.S. North Carolina suffered the most casualties, with entire communities left in ruins by the deadliest storm to hit the mainland since Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Hundreds remain unaccounted for, and nearly 1 million homes are still without electricity nearly a week after Helene made landfall. The increasing number of fatalities coincides with President Joe Biden's two-day visit to the region, where he toured Florida and Georgia on Thursday local time. And now taking a quick look at the weather here. It's currently 24 degrees Celsius in Busan, 4 degrees warmer than yesterday. The clear skies will continue throughout the day. Evening lows tonight will cool down to 18. And that'll have to do it for this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BIFF 부산 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Coming up next is Busan Worldwide with Haeyeon Park. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
For the first time this year, Busan is hosting 17 festivals simultaneously under Festival 10월, and it's smoothly sailing ahead. 네, 올해 처음으로 부산에서 열리는 17개의 축제를 동시에 개최하는 통합축제 페스티벌 10월이 순조로운 항해를 계속하고 있답니다. This weekend is a perfect opportunity to fully enjoy Festival 10월, where you can pick and choose from events in film, performances, design, food, and many more. I'm Haeyeon Park, and this is Busan Worldwide. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Busan Worldwide. It's Friday, the 4th of October, and we're coming to you live from BEFM 부산 영어방송, 90.5 in Busan and 103.3 FM in Kijang, Cheongwan, and Doksan areas. Hope you're doing well. This has been an interesting week, hasn't it? For those of us who took the 2 holidays off, it's been a day in, day out sort of a situation. Well, Busan is bustling right now with Festival 10월, where 17 different festivals have come together under one umbrella. And the heart of it all is the festival, actually the 10월 Village, set up at the outdoor parking lot of Hyundai's Bexco. It's the sort of central headquarter for everything happening at the festival. There are daily performances running until the 10th, and tomorrow at 6 p.m., make sure to check out our BFM's own special broadcast. 내일 오후 6시에는 부산 영어방송의 무대도 만나볼 수 있습니다. And get this, 10월 Village is sort of like a mini world with different pavilions from countries like Italy, Guatemala, and Norway. And ever since the opening ceremony on the 1st, I hear international visitors have been flocking in. But that's not all. This weekend, we can dive into the Busan International Film Festival, also Fly Asia 2024, the Busan Design Festival, the Busan International Food Expo, as well as the Craft Beer Masters Challenge and the Busan International Performing Arts Market. Wow, that is a jam-packed, beautiful weekend indeed. 네, 축제 총집합, 페스티벌 10월의 주말, 여러분 놓치지 마세요. And thank you as always for joining us for Friday's edition of Busan Worldwide. Let me tell you what we have in store for you for the next hour. Our main segment, The Interview, is coming up next. And today's interview is a part of the Global 영양키움 Academy that is aimed for raising the global potential and capability of the youth of Busan. So Vincenzo, 명예영사님, will be joining us soon. So stay tuned for that. And that'll be followed by Global Buzz Busan. And we'll close out with our weekly segment, News Insight, with reporter Yang Bo-won from Busanilbo. And as always, our live stream is up and running on YouTube, so you can search for 부산영어방송 or BEFM to join us. I see that Benny Nim is joining us already. Hello to you. Thank you for joining. And you can always leave comments on the live stream live chat or send us a text message to pound 9050 for 101 or send us a free message through KakaoTalk by adding 부산영어방송 as a friend. From Busan to the world, Busan Worldwide. 오늘의 더 인터뷰 잠시 후에 만나보겠습니다.
1, 2, 3. Busan, English Broadcasting, English Broadcasting, Busan, English Broadcasting.
Yeah, thank you. And this is Busan Worldwide with Haeyeon Park.
Honorary consuls from around the world living right here in Busan. They play a vital role as civilian diplomats. They help strengthen ties between countries and boost international exchanges. And as our city is working to establish ourselves as a global hub city, their active involvement is more important than ever. So today we are very excited to have with us Professor Vincenzo 캄피텔리, the Honorary Consul of Italy in Busan, who is also a professor of Italian and Latin at the Busan University of Foreign Studies. Let's say hi to him. Hello, how are you?
Innanzitutto, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
First of all, good morning, everybody. Thanks a lot for your kind invitation. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. And actually, to kick things off, could you share with our listeners what exactly an honorary consul does and the role that you play in that position?
Yeah, first of all, we have to describe what's the function of general consuls. Consuls are official diplomats of a specific government who resides in a foreign country. And their mission is to, first of all, to protect their fellow countrymen, and at the same time also to promote and facilitate international exchanges, especially diplomatic, also business exchanges, cultural exchanges, and they are sent by, in my case, for example, the Italian government. So it's the Italian Ministry of Affairs who send general consuls. Honorary consuls, more or less responsibilities are the same, but of course, so it's important differences. As you said, civilian diplomats. So what does it mean? That honorary consuls are not career diplomats. And for this reason, for example, some functions, some works they do is not the same of the general consuls. For example, in my case, as honorary consul, I cannot, for example, issue visas.
Right.
This is a function of the general consul in
important distinction.
Important distinction, but I also have the same responsibility. So, for example, in my case, if an Italian resident in Busan need my help, of course, I will be ready to give him my assistance, as well as to promote the Italian image in Busan.
Right.
As a honorary consul, I can also combine my diplomatic role to my own job. So what does it mean? Honorary consuls have diplomatic responsibilities, but they can maintain their jobs. Normally, jobs are related to business activities, local or the international business. But also, as my case, the academic work, because I'm professor at the Busan University of Foreign Studies.
So could we say that anyone in any career could possibly become an honorary consul?
Of course, because a honorary consul is appointed by the diplomatic mission. For example, I've been appointed by the Italian embassy. Honorary consuls get appointed by the main diplomatic mission in those strategic cities where their presence is required.
I see.
So Busan is a strategical city. So the Italian embassy at that time, it was 9 years ago, needed my presence here.
I see.
And my work is also about communication. So I have to communicate, for example, some specific informations to the Italian embassy, also to facilitate their work, because they are permanent residents in Seoul.
So was it 9 years ago that you were that you've been serving as the honorary consul of
and
Italy?
I still remember the day. Let me see. It was a Monday. It was, I'm sure, the 5th of October 2015.
I see.
Today is
Today, it's almost exactly.
today is the 4th.
Is the 4th.
So I'm celebrating the anniversary with you. What a pleasure.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Here at
nice to
Busan. Yeah, and this isn't your first time on our program, right? You've been here a few years before.
A few years ago, so this is the reason I really feel at home, despite our streaming, our live on YouTube. But yeah,
Yes.
I feel at home. It's always a big pleasure.
I do want to say, and our listeners can join in too. Congratulations on your almost 9-year anniversary on becoming the honorary consul. Well, can you tell us about some of the specific activities that you've been involved in as honorary consul? Maybe a few that stand out to you.
Yeah, well, many examples depend on the situations in which I find myself operating. I just show you 2 examples. First of all, I'm sure you will remember the most dramatic phase of the pandemic related to coronavirus. And that time, there were some Italian residents who were facing a lot of difficulties because they needed to go back to Italy as soon as possible. But their problem was related to the cancellation of many international flights. So I had to give my help in order to help them to go back to Italy as soon as possible. And fortunately, we found a solution that time. Another case includes, for example, the reception of Italian institutional delegations. And the last week, we celebrated the Busan Networking Night in Haeundae. And together with the Busan Global City Foundation, we had the pleasure to host the Italian delegation led by the Deputy Mayor of Genoa in English. So my functions, my operations range in a wide lot of situations, not only emergency but also cultural and institutional events.
So almost kind of like a good, solid friend. So you're there for Italian residents in times of need and emergencies, but also in times of celebration and coming together too.
You become honorary consul first of all because you believe. You believe that your help, your experience in a specific city. Because I live in Busan since 2006. You believe your help can be useful to other compatriots who come to Busan for the first time. Yes, they are excited, but of course, due to linguistic differences, cultural differences, and daily life problems sometimes need your help, and you must be ready, of course.
Of course, and I love that, and your belief in making life better for global citizens here in Busan. That brings us to talking about our city's active push to become a global hub city. That's been a big buzzword these days. I'm curious, what's your take on those efforts to become a global hub and the direction that our city is headed towards?
Of course, I give my personal point of view. As I told you, I've been living in Busan since 2006, so 18 years. In in these 18 years, I saw our Busan changing in a supersonic speed. But if we talk if we talk in social and historical terms, 18 years are nothing. 18 years are a very short period of time, historically.
Yeah.
But Busan is becoming, in my opinion, a global city because all the infrastructure, all the services, but first of all, the perception of the foreigners that Busan citizens have. Busan is the city where any foreigner, in my opinion, regardless of his or her nationality, can carry out his personal, professional, family projects. So it is a city of opportunity for foreigners.
I see.
When I talk about Korea, for example, my friends or other Italians ask me about Korea, say, of course, they know much more the capital Seoul, but this is quite normal. I say, yeah, but in the last year, Busan is becoming a city of opportunity. So if you want to develop a project in Korea and you don't know where, try Busan because it's growing up not only, institutionally, but also culturally. Say that the perception of the foreigner.
And in the 18 years that you've been here, you've felt it, you've seen it, those changes.
But this is the reason I never planned to move to other cities to Korea.
I love this staunch commitment and affection you have for Busan.
Absolutely. And I received many opportunities. So after 18 years, you work in a country, you have experience. Now I also have diplomatic role. And I got opportunities to move to other cities. But my answer was always, thanks a lot, a great opportunity professionally, but I can't move my heart
I'm
from
good with
Busan
to... Well, of course, our city is a port city, and Italy is also famous for its stunning port cities.
It is, yeah.
Let's see, there's Naples, Genoa, and Sorrento. How do you think Italy's port cities kind of compare or are perhaps similar to Busan?
To be honest, and to explain all the differences, I think we will need in the future not only a radio interview on YouTube, but an academic lecture maybe. Because differences are not only among Italian cities and Busan, but there are so many differences, even among Italian cities themselves. Differences which are related, which wide from historical backgrounds to present-day local realities. I just make you a few examples. Busan, as everybody knows, so internationally, is important for cargo and passenger traffic. So for cargo traffic, passenger traffic, for example, if we mention cruise.
Right.
A similar comparison with Italian cities we can make with Genoa, which is important in both fields.
Yes.
For cargo traffic and for passenger traffic. You mentioned Sorrento. I think most of the Koreans know Sorrento for the sea, for tourism. But in this case, Sorrento is a strategic port only for tourism, not for cargo. For cargo, we have Napoli, in the southern area of Italy. You also mentioned Venezia, which is important in the northern Adriatic area. And for the southern Adriatic area, we have another city, which is Bari. Please don't make confusion with the French capital, Paris. And another important port, few kilometers away from Rome, is the port of Civitavecchia. I know, long... Civitavecchia. Yeah, few kilometers from Rome, and it's strategic also for Roman market. So for central Italy market.
Yes.
So not only the main ports that everybody know, but also these cities are important for ports. And what does it mean? Important also for business and international trade strategies.
And last week we had the Global City Week where Busan had came together with European port cities together.
I also joined.
Yes, Genoa was one of them. And but I think there is something kind of sentimentally shared of people who live in port cities, this openness that you kind of spoke about, right? Yeah.
Don't fear the foreigner. Don't be how I can say, not worry, but don't be puzzled about somebody who's coming from another country. You know,
Right.
Italy is an open country, open-minded country, because we are a Mediterranean a Mediterranean nation. So many ports mean cultural opening to somebody who is coming from outside.
Yeah. Well, this leads me to my next question. You lived in Busan for 18 years now. That's quite a long time. In your opinion, what do you think makes our city of Busan unique?
To be honest, before moving to Busan, and also while I was already living in Busan, I had the opportunity to make some projects in other big cities. So it means that I also lived in other big cities, both in Europe and in Asia. But something that Busan has is the best comforts of a big city. Busan is not a capital, but for services,
Right.
it's the same of an international capital, but with some specific points that made me fall in love with the city, which are the possibility in Busan that when you, for example, you take public transportation, you leave the city, to don't suffer. I never suffered frenzy and stress.
I see. So
When you live in a big city, for example, a lot of traffic, lot of noise, also a little bit noise, but this is normal in big cities. But I never suffered
I see.
daily stress. So if I have to make a definition of Busan, in my opinion, is a big city with the best life quality. Not only in Korea, but I think in the whole East Asia.
So city amenities as well as like comfort, the nature, best of both worlds. Yeah.
Well, anytime I face a working day and I go home, I never feel tired physically and mentally. So it means that this city has a high life quality that makes residents and also foreign residents feel at home and being happy to live and to enjoy the city and all the opportunities we can find here.
Absolutely. Well, I think as we're gaining momentum to become a global hub, I think it's important that we still maintain our unique identity, right? Our unique qualities. But it's easy sometimes to kind of get diluted for the name of becoming more global, universal. So what do you think needs to be done to still keep our uniqueness, but also strive to become a global hub city?
My opinion, Busan is already doing its best. And in Italy we have a saying, can I say in Italian?
Yes, of course.
Squadra che vince non si cambia.
What does that mean?
Do not change a winning team.
I love that. Can you say it one more time?
Squadra che vince non si cambia. Never change a winning team. That would be the best mistake. And to what I say that Busan, in my opinion, is the city with the best life quality in Rome, for me, it's already a victory. An important result that now Busan, in my opinion, should maintain for the next years, for the next decades. So the main challenge for Busan will be to maintain this standard.
I see.
Always to believe, always to improve life quality. Because, but that's life. There are not limits to improve something.
Yeah.
So as you know, Busan didn't get the international expo that Riyadh won, but it doesn't mean that Busan didn't work hard for that. In the future, there will be other occasions. There are many possibilities to promote the image of Busan abroad. My opinion, for example, in my case, I'm also doing that. I invited an important Italian cruise company to invest in the Busan market. So there are not limits to improve Busan's image.
I see.
And to create new opportunities for the future.
Well, you are teaching at the Busan University of Foreign Studies. How many international students are there now? I know that the student body has been growing.
I don't want to mention just a cold number. What I can do is to invite you to visit our campus in Namsan, because the number of international students in our campus has significantly increased in the last year. What does it mean? If you come to our campus, you can meet people, students and international staff coming from the 5 continents. I personally try to give my contribution to that, because it was, let me see, 2014, no Italian students in our university at the time. When I became an honorary consul, I just tried to make a MOU, so international agreements with Italian universities. And now every year we receive, for example, 20 Italian students.
Oh, that's excellent.
At the same time, from this semester, I'm also giving classes to other international students. And I have a class of Uzbek and Turkish students. I say hello to them. Assalamu alaikum and günaydın efendim.
Yes.
So, as you see, Busan is becoming a cutting-edge city. Also in the field of education.
Yes.
So I can say also our university, Busan Weigugo-de Acchiodi, Busan University of Foreign Studies, is one of the most global campuses. Not only in Busan, but I think also in Asia.
Yes. Well, we have a lot of the students at the Global Yeongyangkyum Academy joining us in our live chat as well. Thank you for chiming in, everyone. I want to ask, about your upcoming plans and goals as the honorary consul of Italy.
Well, you mean in the future?
Yes, down the line.
In the future, I can say that I made a promise with myself. And to retire at the Busan University of Foreign Studies, but I still have to wait 21 years. So in this period, I will try to continue all my efforts to make Busan also much more visible in Italy. In this month, for example, so it will be the October the 31st, we will celebrate the Italian Language Week in Busan. And we also got a sponsor, which is the Italian cruise company that I mentioned before. They will give a 5 days cruise to the best student who will win the video contest.
Gotcha.
And at the same time, I always give my time and my help to all the Italian companies who want to invest in Italy, also doing the communication with the Italian embassy in Seoul.
Okay, well, I wish we had a little more time, but real short, can you tell us, especially to our listeners right now, why is global citizenship education important?
I want to talk as a professor, not mainly as a diplomat, as a professor, to become a global city. So we talk about global city education. What I recommend students is thinking and acting globally. It means, for example, not being limited only to the knowledge of one language. Try to learn many languages. And first of all, try to travel. Enjoy traveling. What does it mean? Not only to discover artistic heritage, which is important, but try to discover new people. Try to discover new countries and try to see how these people live in relation to different social system.
Yeah.
Different political situations and how they interact with their religious background. Because if you can understand the religion, if you can understand the connection between the religion and history, you can discover a lot of one people's identity. So it will help you to live in a global city and in a global society too.
Well said. Well, before we let you go, I hear you have a little message for the ambassador of France.
Yeah, and I want to say hello to our Italian ambassador, Ambassador Emilia Gatto. She's doing a lot. a lot for the Italian community in Korea, and also for the Italian relations between Italy and Korea. This year is so important because it's the 114th anniversary of bilateral relations, and something curious about our ambassador. Since she arrived to Korea, she is doing her best to communicate in Korean, studying by herself, but with, I have to say, good results. So greetings to her, and I hope someday you can also host her here.
Yeah, we would love to.
She will have many things to say about Italian presence in Korea and Korean presence in Italy too.
Indeed.
So, buona giornata, ambasciatrice.
Thank you. And everyone, this was the interview with Vincenzo Campitelli, the Honorary Consul of Italy in Busan, also Professor of Italian and Latin at BUFS. Thank you so much, Professor, and arrivederci.
Grazie a voi, arrivederci, and thanks to all the friends who commented in our Kakao Talk and the YouTube section. Grazie a tutti.
Thank you.
I only want good vibes from me.
Let's have a song. This is Good Vibes by Harvey.
My life just good vibes, that's what I like. So I don't need you raining on my parade. Throwing shade behind your merry way. I only want good vibes from me tonight. No negativity in my life. I know life will never be perfect, but the sunshine, it feels like I deserve it. You, yeah, you, why you coming over here with your cloud? You, yeah, you, why you always trying to bring my mood down? I only want good vibes from me tonight. No negativity in my life, just good vibes, that's what I like. So I don't need you raining on my parade. Throwing shade behind your merry way. I only want good vibes from me tonight. No negativity in my life. So I'm here with the brighter perspective. So I really ain't tryna be stressing. You, yeah, you, why you coming over here cold as ice? Why, ooh, a little optimism could be so nice. Baby, if you wasn't being so shady, throwing venom everywhere daily, you could chill, you could hang, but you ain't on that high. I only want good vibes from me tonight. No negativity in my life, just good vibes, that's what I like. So I don't need you raining on my parade. Throwing shades behind your merry way. I only want good vibes from me tonight. No negativity in my life. Tonight, no negativity in my life, just good vibes, that's what I like. So I don't need you waiting on my parade. Throwing shade behind your merry way. I only want good vibes from me tonight. No negativity in my life.
Welcome back, everyone, to Busan Worldwide on BEFM. I'm your host, Haeyeon, and we're now going to move on to our segment for all things Busan as we take big leaps towards becoming a global hub city. A Global Buzz Busan, and today we're going to buzz about the Busan Festa in Dubai. Busan City and the Busan Global City Foundation recently held the Busan Festa in Dubai with the help of the Eurasian City Diplomacy Delegation. This group, made up of students, artists, and business leaders from Busan, started their journey on September 20th. They visited Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan before arriving in Dubai on October 1st, where they hosted events to promote our city as a global hub. The festival featured performances from the Busan City Traditional Orchestra, also taekwondo shows, children's activities, food tastings, and prize giveaways. There were also K-pop cover dance performances, quiz games, which also kept the fun going late into the night. Around 2,000 people attended, including local officials, representatives from the Korean consulate, and many Dubai residents. 네, 부산의 유라시아 도시외교단이 가는 곳마다 두바이 시민들의 환영을 받았다는 후문이 있고요. 이번 축제로 두바이 시민에게 부산의 매력을 알리고 또 자매도시로서의 우정을 나누는 한편 부산의 도시외교 역량을 높이는 기회가 되었다는 평가입니다. And this was today's Global Buzz Busan. Let's have another song. This is Harry Styles with As It Was.
Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. I want you to hold out the palm of your hand. Why don't we leave it at that? Nothing to say, and everything gets in the way. Seems you cannot be replaced. And I'm the one who'll stay. Oh, in this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. You know it's not the same. Answer the phone. Harry, you're no good alone. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? What kind of pills are you on? Ringing the bell, and nobody's coming to help. Your daddy lives by himself. He just wants to know that you're well. It's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. You know it's not the same. Go home, get headlines, feed internet. I don't wanna talk about the way that it was. Leave America, 2 kids follow her. I don't wanna talk about us doing it first. As it was. You know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it
양보은 기자의 뉴스 인사이트. That's right. It's time for News Insight, where we do a deep dive on the most current events in and around Busan. And for this, we have reporter Yang Bo-won from Busan일보 in the studio. Let's say hi to her. 기자님 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
네. So, this time of the year in Busan is when we shine bright as a city of film. I'm talking about BIFF season. So the 29th Busan International Film Festival is in full swing now. And today we're going to dive into the highlights. 네, 제29회 부산 국제영화제 BIFF가 지금 한창인데요. 오늘은 이 내용 알아볼게요.
네, 개막식이 진행된 지난 2일 부산 해운대구 영화의 전당 일대는 오전부터 영화제를 찾은 영화 팬들이 행렬로 북적였습니다.
네.
전 세계에서 부산을 찾은 팬들은 좋아하는 스타의 얼굴을 보기 위해 뙤약볕 아래에서의 기다림도 마다하지 않았습니다. 영화의 전당 두레라움 광장은 영화제를 찾은 영화 팬들이 열기로 후끈했습니다.
네, 그렇군요. The opening ceremony took place on the 2nd at Busan Cinema Center in Haeundae-gu. So from early morning that day, the area was bustling with movie fans eager to attend the festival, and people from around the world gathered to catch a glimpse of their favorite stars, movie stars, and they were undeterred by the scorching sun that day. The Tureraum Plaza at the Busan Cinema Center was buzzing with excitement from the movie fans. Well, I hear that the festival badges were a big hit too. 네, 영화제 배지도 인기였다죠?
네, 영화의 전당 비프일 1층에 마련된 배지 발급 부스에는 영화제 배지를 받기 위한 관객들이 발길이 끊이지 않았습니다. 비프 로고를 본따 만든 배지와 매진되었습니다. 극장은 영원해, 부국제 왔지 등의 메시지가 담긴 2024 나이 부국제 배지도 관객들이 관심을 끌었습니다. 알록달록한 색깔과 다양한 메시지가 담긴 배지를 구매해 착용하는 관객들도 쉽게 만날 수 있었습니다.
그렇군요. So the booth that gives out the badges on the first floor of BIFF Hall at Busan Cinema Center saw a steady stream of visitors. The badges this year, inspired by the BIFF logo and featuring fun messages like "We are sold out" or "Theaters are forever" and "I came to 부국제 2024" grabbed a lot of attention. So it was easy to spot festival goers wearing these colorful badges with various messages. 네, 그리고 다양한 홍보 부스도 차려졌죠.
네, 영화를 사랑하는 관객들뿐 아니라 관객을 사랑하는 기업들도 재회사와 사업, 상품을 홍보하기 위해 분주했습니다.
네, not only were movie fans busy, but different companies were also hard at work promoting their businesses and products to the crowds. 네, 어떤 상품들이 관객들을 찾았나요?
부산 커피 로컬 브랜드를 포함해서 와인, 치킨 등 다양한 업체가 팝업 스토어를 설치해 관객들을 반겼습니다.
So a variety of vendors had set up pop-up stores, including a coffee of a local coffee brand, also wine and even chicken, welcoming all of the festival goers. Well, tell us about the international companies that got involved. 이번 부국제에 그 해외 기업들도 뛰어들었다고요?
네, 영화의 전당 비프일 1층에는 마이크로소프트가 설치한 AI 부스가 관객과 만났습니다. 세계적인 IT 기업 마이크로소프트가 설치한 체험 부스입니다. 이곳에선 AI 프로그램인 코파일럿을 직접 체험해 볼 수 있어 관람객들이 발길이 이어졌습니다. 그림판을 활용해 원을 그린 뒤 AI에게 곰을 그려달라고 명령하면 원 모양을 그대로 살린 곰 캐릭터를 완성하는 식이죠.
오, 재밌겠네요. So, world-renowned tech giant Microsoft set up an AI booth on the first floor of BIFF Hill and allowed visitors to experience their AI program called Copilot. So, for example, you could draw a circle in Microsoft Paint and ask the artificial intelligence to turn it into a bear, and it would transform that circle into a bear character. Well, how about booths that involve more hands-on experiential filmmaking? 네, 영화 관련된 체험 부스들도 있었습니까?
네, 비프일 한쪽에선 영화 촬영과 제작 과정에 사용되는 카메라와 프로그램을 체험해 볼 수 있었습니다. 최근 영화 촬영지로 주목받는 인도와 인도 영화를 살펴볼 수 있는 인디안 파빌리온 부스와 간단한 스낵을 즐길 수 있는 푸드트럭이 설치돼 335 이곳을 찾은 관객들로 가득했습니다.
네, 그렇군요. One corner of BIFF Hill allowed visitors to experience the different cameras and programs used in film production. There was also the India Pavilion, showcasing Indian films and the country's filming locations. And of course, alongside food trucks offering light snacks. So it was packed with people enjoying the festivities. Also, could you tell us about the barrier-free screenings that are inclusive of the disability community? 네, 장애인 관객들을 위한 베리어 프리 영화 상영도 있어서 누구든지 축제를 즐길 수 있다고요?
네, 베리어 프리 상영은 시각장애인을 위한 화면 해설과 청각장애인을 위한 사운드 해설을 제공하는 영화 상영 방식입니다. 비프는 올해 서울이 봄, 리볼버, 기생충 등의 인기 영화부터 올해 비프를 찾는 호러 영화, 괴기열차에 이르기까지 영화 10편을 베리어 프리 방식으로 상영합니다.
네, 그렇군요. Barrier-free screenings offer audio descriptions for the visually impaired and a sound description for the hearing impaired audiences. This year, Busan International Film Festival is screening 10 films in this format, including popular films like 12:12 The Day, Revolver, Parasite, and the horror film showing at this year's festival titled Ghost Train. 네, 의미가 깊어 보이는데요.
네, 평소 영화 관람이 쉽지 않은 장애인 관객들도 비프를 찾아 즐길 수 있도록 한 시도입니다. 어제는 CDB 센텀시티 7관에서 상영된 할머니가 죽기 전 백만장자가 되는 법을 보기 위해서 비프 자원봉사자와 함께 시각장애인, 청각장애인들이 극장을 찾았습니다.
네, so this is an effort to make the festival more accessible to audiences who have disabilities. And for example, yesterday, visually and hearing impaired guests attended a screening of the movie How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies, assisted by the BIFF volunteers at CGV Suntim City. Well, I want to ask about the opening film, Uprising. 개막작 영화 전란을 공개하는 기자회견도 열렸었는데요. 이 자리에는 메가폰을 잡은 김상만 감독과 또 배우들도 많이 참석했죠?
네, 강동원, 박정민, 차승원, 김신록, 진성규, 정성일, 박도신 비프 집행위원장 직무대행 등이 함께 왔습니다. 전란은 외적의 침입 등으로 혼란스러운 조선에서 백성을 내팽개친 선조와 양반들에 대항하는 의병을 꾸려 외적과 맞서는 민중의 격동을 담아낸 영화예요.
네, 그렇군요. So director Kim Sang-man was there along with actors 강동원, 박정민, 차승원, 김신록, and more. Also the acting BIFF executive director Park Do-shin. The movie Uprising tells the story of the Korean people's resistance against Japanese invaders during the chaos of the Joseon era, focusing on the volunteer soldiers who fought back when their leaders abandoned them. 네, 그럼 오늘 내용 정리하고 마무리하겠습니다.
네, 제29회 부산국제영화제 비프가 한창입니다. 다양한 홍보 부스도 차려졌습니다. 해외 기업도 뛰어들었습니다. 장애인 관객을 위한 베리어 프리 영화 상영도 있어 누구든지 축제를 즐길 수 있습니다. 개막작 영화 전란을 공개하는 기자회견도 열렸는데요. 이 자리에는 메가폰을 잡은 김상만 감독을 비롯해 강동원 등 많은 배우들도 참석해 열기를 북돋았습니다. 비프는 오늘 12일까지 진행될 예정인데요. 청취자 여러분도 한번 구경해 보시면 좋겠습니다.
네, 그렇군요. The 29th Busan International Film Festival is in full swing now. There are plenty of promotional booths, including ones from international companies. Everyone can enjoy the festival thanks to barrier-free screenings for guests who have disabilities. And there was also a press conference for the opening film 전란 with many stars in attendance. The festival runs until the 12th, so please check it out. 네, 기자님께서도 보러 가실 영화들 계획하고 계신가요?
네, 저는 아무래도 앞에 얘기했던 영화 중에 제가 호러 영화 좋아하다 보니까 괴기열차 이런 거 한번 이제 보러 가지 않을까 싶습니다.
네, 보시고 어떤지 다음 주에 말씀해 주세요.
네, 다음 주에 제가 후기 말씀드리겠습니다.
네. All right, everyone, and that's it for this week's News Insight with reporter 양보원. 네, 이번 주도 감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다.
All right. And everyone, we are going to slowly wrap up today's show. Hope you enjoyed all of our segments. And you can always listen to our show again on befm.or.kr or on the BFM app or 팟빵. So this week, today we started off talking about Festival 10월, and my goodness, so many festivities going on. And once again, it's making me feel lucky to be living in Busan, where we have access to all of these different art forms and culture. 네, 그리고 어제부터는 정말 확 추워진 느낌이에요, 여러분, 그죠? We're definitely in fall weather territory. It feels like we went right from short sleeves to a jacket and coat weather. So everyone, make sure that you're dressed appropriately. And I want to finish off today by reading you a short poem that talks about the inevitable change and loss in our lives as the tree leaves change colors through the seasons. And I saw that it's pretty fitting for this time of the year. The title is Nothing Gold Can Stay by Robert Frost. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaves a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. 네, 금빛은 머물 수 없다. 이런 내용을 담은 로버트 프로스트의 시인데요. You know, especially these autumn days can be fleeting, right? It goes by so quickly. So it makes me that much more appreciate these days. 네, 그래서 더욱 소중한 요즘 가을 날들이 아닐까 싶습니다. 여러분 오늘도 소중한 하루 보내시고요. And we have a good weekend coming up. So if you're looking for activities to go to with your loved ones, definitely check out Festival 10월. And of course, BIFF season is in full swing, so check those screenings out as well. Busan Worldwide was produced by Kim Yoon, written by Bang Mira, and I've been your host, Haeyeon Park. And I'll let you go with this one, Virginia Moon by the Foo Fighters. Everyone have a great weekend, and tomorrow I'll be back with our weekend highlights. Take care, everyone.
Dearest constellation, heaven surrounding you. Stay there, soft and blue, Virginia moon. I'll wait for you tonight. Sweetest invitation, breaking the day in two. Feeling like I do, Virginia moon. I'll wait for you tonight. And now our shapes become shadows in your light. In the morning when we're through and tomorrow rescues you, I will say good night. Secret fascination, whisper quiet tune. Hear me calling you, Virginia moon. I'll wait for you tonight. And now our shapes become shadows in your light. In the morning when we're through and tomorrow rescues you, I will say good night. Virginia moon, I'll wait for you tonight. And now shades become shadows in your light. In the morning when we're through and tomorrow rescues you, I will say